A journey that began with one petal, but continued for thousands more. It all began with the thought. Restless souls placed in Europe to create the solution for a problem in their world. When the classroom closed, the road became ours to roam far away from home. The streets of Berlin offered so much to hold. Burning trees left our eyes the same color as a rose. Intrigue brought the two together, served as each other's catalyst for fun. On the bicycle saddle, they shared stories of home, and when the program ended, they decided to keep going.
I like this bike riding stuff because you get to talk about stuff, especially with this hard-headed one here.
Hey, my name's Alifiya, and this is Azubuike.
Hey, I'm Azubuike, and that's Alifiya.
Azubuike and I met in Berlin in May 2016 at the Do School,
where we worked on our social businesses with 16 of our peers from around the world.
When people say they like to travel, each individual has their own idea of what they enjoy about the travel.
Travel is yet to be open to change and to being changed.
I travel in people's minds. I don't have to go anywhere.
You don't have to get up and just leave your country for 6 months. Just leave your state of mind for a second.
Yes, I love to travel. I've been to some countries.
I listen to their stories, just like you do.
France, Spain, Italy, around Europe for most of the way. I've been to China a few years ago, and I'm gonna go to Britain next week. I have some relatives, I'm going to visit them. But it's like, distant relatives, so I don't really consider them immediate family.
Distant relatives, it's about the idea that we're all connected one way or another.
We're all distant relatives. We have a lot of similarities, and these similarities can bring people together.
This relative to me is someone that I can meet, I can't not meet. So maybe it's, I don't know what to say.
When class was over for the day, instead of heading back to our hostel to rest, Alifiya and I decided to explore Berlin on our bicycles.
We'd been exploring Berlin on our bikes for 3 months. And at the end of the program, decided biking was a great way to see the rest of Europe as well.
We just got the knock on the door saying we have like an hour to get out of the hotel, so I gotta hurry up and get this done. Alifiya's handling some bike business right now, so reflector lights for at night, you got some oil, lighting here, your speaker system for entertainment, bike tools, extra inner tubes. We have our microphone that we're going to use to record people's voices, tape, just in case, cooking equipment now. Then we have our equipment back here that was donated to us for the trip. This is essentially what we're hitting the road with.
We're on our way from Passau to Austria, and we're waiting across the border. Where are we at?
Austria, Germany.
And we're on our first day so far, and it's been good. We're feeling good. How are you feeling? The distant relatives bike tour for me was a completely spontaneous and unplanned adventure. Azubuike had done a 12-day bike ride the year before and was guiding this trip based on what he knew. But I knew absolutely nothing about what I was getting into.
How do I make this?
Welcome to cycling.
I know.
You thought it was a clean sport?
I feel like such a homeless person right now.
Hey man, welcome. Look for the strength inside of yourself. Push, push. Overcome any obstacles in front of you. Hard work, dedication. You got it. You're the boss. Make it happen.
When you feel like you're at the edge of finding out why you're on this earth, that is core happiness.
Once we were on the road, we started enjoying and learning from the experience itself.
Good morning, Alifiya. How are you? Did I disturb you?
Each day went something like this. We'd be up early every morning, pack up our tent, and plan our biking route for the day. We'd aim to do about 70 to 100 kilometers, stopping at a fair-sized town at the end of each day. We'd then attempt to make an edible dinner of some sort, and also lunch for the next day on our portable stove, and pass out for the night.
Hi, I'm Carolina.
I'm from Colombia.
And I'm a distant relative.
The bike trip was a chance to explore the eastern riches of Europe. Calming was the breeze as we pushed past the wind heading east.
wheel needs to be replaced altogether.
It's amazing how the cities in Europe have the same setup. We found it easy to charge up at the local McDonald's, but we never eat the food. We have standards, you know. And plus, we always cooked a great dinner for ourselves, usually a combination of Alifiya's burnt rice and my immaculately cut vegetables.
What should I do with this?
Hi, I'm Ahmed from Egypt.
At ako ay isa sa mga malayong kamag-anak ninyo.
We'd get on the cycling route, do about 10 kilometers, and then stop for breakfast. Breakfast was usually gross, watery oatmeal and peanut butter sandwiches with lots of peanut butter. We would then cycle for another 30 to 40 kilometers until it got too hot and was also time for lunch.
So we are on day 3. It's been going well so far. The biking is a lot easier than I thought it would be. And the route is super nice. It's an easy flat route. And it's been good, like clearing your mind. There's like time to think. There's good conversation.
I think being a relative is about connecting with someone on different levels, and being distant is just that you're somewhere else in the world.
We'd get out of the sun, chill at a park somewhere, take a good break. What I really like is like wherever we go, you feel like, oh, this is such a great place to live.
I come from Vienna, the beautiful town of this world. This is the best town.
And then get back onto our bikes and cycle for the rest of the evening until we reach the town we were planning to stop at. Once there, we would cycle around looking for a place to pitch our tents. I don't even know if this was legal or not, but no one ever stopped us. Shut up, you love the camera. Such a show off. I'll show everyone. We would then head to the closest supermarket for groceries and treat ourselves a little.
Health is wealth, but I'm eating chocolate.
Azubuike doesn't usually eat chocolate, but man, he definitely cheated on this trip. Got tiramisu. You don't like it?
It's like medicine.
Oh, that's so good.
We started out along the Danube River with its winding trails. They provided a perfect introduction to our journey.
The Danube River took us past big bustling cities, quiet suburbs, historic little towns, the borders of the Alps, forests, miles of farmland, uphills, downhills, cyclists on their own adventures, naked old people sunbathing by the river, refugee camps, and old shroom-picking men who never thought we'd make it to Romania in the first place.
You can find mushrooms in the mountains.
मेरा नाम वंदना है
मैं पाकिस्तान से हूँ
और मैं दूर की रिश्तेदार हूँ.
On the ride, we became free to think past our thoughts and develop a greater understanding of ourselves and the world around us.
We're going to Vietnam on a bicycle tour for 1 week.
Maybe it will change our lives. Maybe we will just come back in 1.5 years and we get back to the grind.
The world is yours. Through it all, we were headed east, but we just wanted to get lost.
Let's get lost, yeah. Let's get lost, yeah, yeah. Let's get lost, yeah. Let's get lost. Miss me within politics. I am just trying to party like stars. We don't call my chick.
A little bit English, huh?
It's amazing how laid back people become when you stare at them from behind the camera. People were open to almost anything we asked them. They just wanted to be a part of the journey. So much so that we got invited into people's homes and even were handed the keys to someone's apartment.
I grew up in Uganda, moved to Frankfurt when I was 12, and moved to Vienna like 3 years ago.
No, you can stay as long as you want.
Guess we won't be camping. Azubuike is in the shower right now. Julie and her boyfriend are out. And they've left us with the keys to a place.
We have to do laundry. We just hand wash. We just hand wash and we just walk to the station.
Then just put everything inside the machine. I can put like 30 minutes What?
Oh, you have a machine?
Yeah, of course we do have a machine.
Oh.
Machine here. Yeah. I live in an apartment, actually it's mine, so I have a
machine.
Washing machine.
If you're traveling, you're getting a lot of different insights of many culture, if you know what I mean.
Do you know this? Gypsy music? Gypsy music is famous in Hungary. It's old music. Don't you know it?
Never heard it. I like it.
For traditional dance and theatre, this is the outfit. Few people learn like traditional Sri Lankan dance now.
أنا نادين من مصر.
Und ich bin mit der Welt verbunden.
Day, I don't know what day 2, day 3, I don't know what we're going to call it. Maybe it's day 3, whatever. Tallinn, Austria. Tallinn, Austria.
Kinda actually fucking bored, to be honest with you. 100% honest with you, I am bored on this trip. Maybe because we're always like rushing to get stuff done. We have to go rush to find a campsite, go rush to this. It'd be a lot easier. It's 160 kilometers from where we started at. Not sure if we're gonna be able to make it there tonight, but we're gonna push ourselves as much as we can.
All the way, let's go! How you feel?
Feel good. The bike ride yesterday was so tough. It's a hot day. It's also day 1 of my period. Just killing me. And then it rained and cooled down. And then last night we camped in a farm, like a random plot of farmland.
Man, we got flooded. Had to wake up around 4 a.m.
We had a collapsed tent. And we had a serious thunderstorm. And it was honestly the hardest night.
Mă numesc Vlad și sunt o rudă îndepărtată.
I'm moving from Mongolia and I'm the distant relative.
A distant relative, as we realized our relationships were closer than we found them distant, traced back through historic roots, we found the truth. So we did what we had to do to see the world in a clearer view. It was simple. Hop on a bicycle and take it for a journey down a long, ragged road. But the journey was a story that needed to be told.
Romania.
Just came through border control.
We're on a train because we plan to take the 4 highway all the way to Oradea, but turns out the 4 highway is a super highway and bicycles aren't allowed on it.
So now we need to figure out another way to get to Oradea, the next closest town in Romania.
She doesn't believe that her mind is fresh and new yet because she doesn't see it, but her family will see it and let her know.
It's not like I don't think it's changed, it's just I don't know how to define it yet.
Hola, yo soy Frey.
Yo no Zimbabwe.
Y soy una pariente lejana.
A distant relative is actually a friend of heart who comes from a completely different reality, but whom you can truly connect with.
No longer strangers, but family as we enter strangers' homes. Key to the universe with only a camera we hold. Struggle apparent, only to realize that the words were those of one's parent. The idea of free, but still under the moral obligations of home society. From city to city, town to town, a new sense of being was found. Strength in our calves and character as our heart rung out a triumphant sound. Our trip broadcasted in clips for the world to see. After 15 days on a bicycle seat, it was time for us to make our journey back across the seas. We started our journey in a mode, but broke it to create a new one to be told. Distant relatives brought together by the forces of the universe to ignite the torch of the never-ending fire of Azubuike and Alifiya's courage and curiosity. Pedal on.
So we're done with the bike tour and we're back in Berlin. You want to say something? Where are you going to go with this?
No.